I know that you were involved in that case.
I guess I'm much better at it.
Okay.
He's more outspoken than I am.
What, when Cindy's,
Yeah.
I saw her too. She-
More than me. Yeah, there's all these things more than me. Otherwise I'm doing nothing.
Sorry, I missed it. Okay, we do have a quorum, so if no one else shows up, we're good.
Didn't you? Didn't you?
Why me? I was been here a while ago.
Tom volunteered you.
Yeah, but you're better at it than I am.
I'm still an alternate.
Oh, that's not mentioned your head. You're a little bit on the totem pole.
There you go.
Is Cindy around? She was here Tuesday, or she was out of here.
In town, but she is still recovering from her travels, so she said she would come if we didn't have quorum.
Anybody here, Joan or Mark?
I have not heard from Joan or Mark. Or Betsy.
Well, Betsy said she
I
was
saw an
on.
email from Betsy.
Yeah, I saw something where she's the company coming.
Pretty lucky.
It'll take 3 hours, right?
No,
Whenever we have a small agenda, it always takes longer.
Windows and then wrong for
Which I think he already installed, but, you know.
What's going on with the old mayor's cabin?
They are coming back to the DRC on October, second meeting in October, 23rd.
the old years.
What's the old mayor's cabin?
Yeah,
Well, behind the post office.
Oh, I didn't know that was the mayor's cabin.
it was a miner's cabin.
Okay.
I don't know,
was the mayor, she lived there.
Did
I
you?
worked there.
Yeah, there's that's a whole.
That's a whole other
story.
But she is the old mayor, and she,
Yeah.
Okay.
The old mayor's cabin.
yeah.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yes, Colleen's cabin is that.
Ah,
Yeah.
now I know what you're talking about.
It's okay, they still don't get it. Okay, Bob.
Let's,
I'll tell you later. Jennifer, we talk about our recording on
will you take a roll call?
Joan Eden, Sean Platt,
Here.
Cindy Neely, Betsy Blakely, Keith Crosser,
Here,
Mark Reynolds, Bob Hamilton,
Here,
Frank Dancer.
Here.
okay, it looks like we have a quorum. So, audience business, any members of the audience will have 5 minutes to present any matter of concern to the commission. And we'll take no official action at this time. Do we have any? You're not here, you're on the agenda. Anybody online, please?
There is someone online, I'm gonna figure out who it is. Oh, it's Mike, so he's on the agenda as well.
Okay, since we have no audience business, let's move on to new business.
Approve your agenda, please.
Oh, any changes to the agenda? Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'm motion to approve that.
I'll second.
There.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved.
Cool.
New business. Michael Peterson. 2074 Cliff Creek Drive.
See you on the Zoom.
I think it's him, it's Mike's iPhone. Mike, you should be able to talk. If you unmute yourself.
Okay, did that help?
Yes, it did.
Okay, I'm just in a bad spot right now, but I do want to thank you for the opportunity to do this remotely.
Tell us what your project is, Mike.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Describe your project.
yes,
ev-
describe your project, please.
Yes, everywhere I spoke, there wasn't a real technical term for it, but everybody was calling it an awning over the garage door of my building, my home. And I think I sent you everything as far as the dimensions and the material. And I would be the primary contractor, the one installing it. And it's strictly for aesthetics. It will serve no other purpose other than come over the top of the garage door, and that's it.
Okay, I see what you're planning to do. Looks like it's about 10 feet wide and project off the house about 1.5 feet. Anybody have any questions?
Okay,
This is
either
shingles.
my reception must be bad. I'm not hearing, or something's wrong. But
Do we
there's
have a
nowhere else
picture of
for
the shingles that are going up on top?
those.
Mike, they're not really talking to you right now, they're talking to each other, so go ahead and just hang on for just a second, okay?
Oh, there they are.
Okay, thank you. Sorry
Uh-huh.
about that.
You're good.
Yeah, looks like they're similar to what is on the roof, I assume.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Do we have any sightings?
The other thing is the shingles look like they're 25 year.
Yeah,
Actually, that's algae resistance.
Mhm.
Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you.
This is Keith. Are these 40-year shingles?
Um, I think there were only 30, but they're the 130-mile-an-hour wind resistant, which is what I was really shopping for. But I thought they were 30. I don't remember seeing 40 on the sales slip.
So I mean, this is not really a roof.
It's not really much of anything.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Suredale strip, which helps hold the shingle down, so.
Yeah, they are 130, so.
Yeah, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
It's a very small.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 squares.
Do you have any sightings for this?
Okay,
No, that's
ours.
That's our question for us.
not yet.
One of the others.
This is,
Those three?
Yeah, that's
foot
great.
3, it's a non-contributing structure. Well, page 97 in book 3, under roofing materials. Chapter 13. Item 2, roofing materials. Roof materials should appear similar to those used traditionally, which they are. Wood or composite shingles in muted colors are appropriate, so that's A1.
How about page 101, roof and dormer additions? 3.A says roof addition should be in character with the style of the primary structure,
Good,
and this is a roof addition.
yeah. I think that covers it.
Yeah,
Do I hear any motion?
I move to approve, the application for 2074 Clear Creek Drive.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, you're all set, you're approved. You
Okay.
got your certificate of appropriate from, Asia at the town hall.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I appreciate your time and thank you for the approval and thank you for letting me do this remotely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
You're up next.
Hey, you can bring the chair if you want, and sit in the middle.
Or you can say, okay, whatever you want, whatever, however you're comfortable.
Yes.
You just put it right here.
Introduce yourself and tell us what
Perfectly fine.
your project is.
I'm Mitchell Trivet. I'm Justin Trivet. We live at 615 Second Street, which is a computer structure. And we are looking to replace all of the old single pane windows with modern windows that will hopefully keep in the heat better than hurt it, which is not enough.
What are the windows made of?
Vinyl.
Vinyl? That could be a problem. Well, in the historic district, we usually don't allow vinyl.
There's a lot of historic buildings with vinyl windows.
Well, and the problem is at this point, everything else is not affordable.
We were quoted for wood windows at twice the cost.
Well, wood or, I don't know if we do on a contributing structure, if we'll do fiberglass.
We have done the ones that look like wood.
Yeah, we've done the
So,
fabric.
the fiberglass, so that vinyl we don't approve in the historic district.
The vinyl doesn't hold up well.
Yeah.
And then what are, like, what if somebody else has said aluminum?
I don't know if we've done aluminum.
There honestly, if it said in your manual, you didn't approve vinyl, even with coming.
I think it does.
I think it does.
We didn't see it.
That's book two.
I mean, sorry, I just dropped that.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, good questions. Challenge message.
You just said like for like. And.
Yes, like for like would be-
Stylistically,
That would be
Is they-
material
they
to,
will look, all the, maybe what they call the centerpieces will be
Page 81,
reproduced as they are.
81.
81.
We've got 68.
Go for 68. Never mind. Sets.
H.
7.
Yeah, vinyl clad and aluminum windows and doors are inappropriate. So it wouldn't be.
Well, and so I will say, we brought in this application knowing that vinyl was rarely to never approved. And I did so because I believe that in general, and if this is not the day for the discussion, then we as a town need to have a discussion around this policy, but based off cost, based off of climate, based off of.
Vinyl doesn't hold up well
Yeah.
based on climate.
But, okay. I please know that I'm having to take your word for that, because I know that it's held up in a lot of other places. So the point is, we need to be able to open and close our windows at an affordable price. People in this community need to be able to open and close their windows, keep in the heat at an affordable
But a
price.
contributing structure, we have to follow our guidelines.
But again, those are guidelines.
No,
Those are guidelines, and maybe we as a community need to address the source of the guidelines if it is preventing people from living comfortably in their houses at an affordable price.
Do you wanna step in, Bob?
Well, the guidelines are, they're derived from the federal government. In the, what, Department of Interior?
Secretary of the Interior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Secretary of the Interior. That's what it's not something that Georgetown has dreamed up. It was not dreamed up well, but I mean, they're all part of the National Historic Landmark District.
Yes, I agree with that, and I know, because I looked a lot of this up too. You get to choose the guidelines that you want to adhere to, and especially in historic districts. There needs to be a much more significant reduction in historic appearance than vinyl windows would create. And I know that because I called national parks, I sit on the state historic board for historic locations. I saw when Georgetown and Silver Plume were on the agenda last Friday. So I know that these things are not written in stone, and I cannot say that my ability to be warm and comfortable in my home, to open and close windows, to retain the heat that is so expensive at an affordable price. People have to live in their homes.
And we have an obligation to follow the guidelines that we have been, presented with. If they get changed, which we typically about every 10 years will go through and look at the guidelines and try and update them. We hope to be able to do that in the next year or so.
Well, I would like to suggest that we maybe push that forward, because again, you choose the guidelines that you want to adhere by to a certain extent, You know what will happen if you put vinyl windows on there? Nobody will notice, nothing will happen. Nobody's gonna come taste points up. It's not gonna slip on the register. Nothing will happen as a result of that, except we'll be able to live comfortably in our home at an affordable price.
But I don't disagree with you. But our obligation to the town and to the, History Colorado and everything upstream of that is to follow the guidelines that we've been presented to, to administer.
But I do think it's an important distinction, right? Your commitment to the town means specifically the structures and not the community that creates it.
Well, it's the National Historic Landmark District designation that the town subscribes to.
But I will say that we bought here not knowing that there were such restrictions as windows. We knew we were gonna live in a historic district. We respected that. But if knowing that we couldn't open and close our windows at an affordable price meant that we couldn't do that,
I think we've all been through that. I bought here, 10, 15 years ago. And we replaced the windows, and I've been right where you're sitting at, would much prefer not to put wood windows in a historic house, but
I'm
you have
sorry,
to put windows in.
$50,000 is not a preference. $50,000 is not at all a preference for me. That is a decision right there. I cannot make that decision.
Well, you cannot approve something that's outside the guidelines.
Can you give me a citing, it's page
70.
70?
70.
And
What was it? Page 30.
each 30. So acceptable
Acceptable materials.
materials are wood, obviously.
So, question I have for you, Bob, is if the town offer this, we need to review that, and we say that we review these every 10 years, or what's the proper procedure to be able to reanalyze now that since the last time these were made, new materials may have come online and stuff like that? Is that something that basically needs to get relooked at over the next year?
So we are planning on, we've created a budget for the design review commission to hire a consultant to help us update the guidelines. for the next year's budget cycle, so it's not gonna get moved up, but we are trying to do it next year. And we are allowed to, the design review commission can make recommendations to tweak anything to the board of selectmen. The board of selectmen has the power to change things whenever they want to, but we do try to do it cohesively and not piecemeal things, and we certainly don't make decisions based off of one individual situation. We try to make broad decisions that we think will benefit the town as large, so.
Because it is a proper concern, you know, like materials are going up through the roof right now, and we're going out of range, or it's not, like, it's out of my range. So, I mean,
That's not much.
what's the, you know,
We've approved fireworks because it looks.
It looks like good.
I think that historic preservation is something that is expensive, and that's why there are grant opportunities, tax credits, things that the state and the town are trying to do to offset some of that additional expense. It doesn't always work, but like tax credits in your case would be available to you, where you get 30% of whatever you spend doing new windows back via tax credit. So there are ways the state.
Wait, is that state though, or federal? The tax credit.
It's administered through the state, but you get to claim however much you spent, so I don't know that it matters.
I mean,
It would be federal, like the state is the one, they can either do the approval or we do the approval, but I do think it's a federal tax credit. No, it's state, it's a state, they're giving a federal tax credit, but it's super difficult to do, I think, so.
I just don't think the future reliability of tax credits is gonna be something I'm gonna literally bank on.
Sure, this one is state though, so.
I believe there's possibility of grants also, and mini grants.
So what are the acceptable materials?
I have wood and fiberglass.
Well, I understand, so that, you know, I mean, that we're tonight now. But I am obviously a very passionate person and summer. And not so misinformed in some areas, so I would love to respectfully contribute to discussions around the guidelines for the preservation district. Respectfully participate. I am very good at being a community activist. So I'd like to start on an end that's less exhausting. Like that. Could be a good partnership.
watch the agendas of the DRC and so forth. It's something that's on our radar, we wanna go ahead and update the guidelines, because there are several areas where we like to move forward
Yeah,
because of better materials.
Yeah.
And we can't because, the guidelines are the guidelines. And as an example, if you were to apply for a grant or a tax credit, you have to meet the guidelines, they haven't been changed.
yes, and I think that's more to the point that I kind of wanted to initiate. Is a discussion of how the current guidelines impact quality of living for the community that keeps the historic district actually vibrant and alive. I feel like that's a good discussion to find a balance.
Mhm.
And I would like to, again, respectfully participate in that discussion. So, thank you.
Yeah, we'll have a public participation process, I mean, we always do for DRC, but as we're reviewing the guidelines, there will be public input that's gonna be solicited, and we're also doing a comprehensive plan review next year is the plan, so both of those things will happen.
Well, and I guess can I just go back onto your first point of saying that public opinion is solicited, and that's great, but perhaps having a public partner. As opposed to just taking opinions, but still having it,
Well, ultimately, the board of selectmen gets to decide on that kind of stuff.
onto the review committee.
The review committee will make a recommendation to the board of selectmen, but they are the deciding body, so partnership is, it would be misleading to. make
Okay, I
people-
feel like I need to understand that more from you, but I can catch up on that.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
I hear your point. I will understand it later.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
yeah, just,
Good discussion, guys. Sorry,
part
yeah.
of the time with it.
You're really nervous.
So we should take an action,
you guys want to, are you willing to do wood? Cause they could approve it with the stipulation that the materials were.
Well, so we're willing to do it, but we literally cannot.
Yeah, it's another, it's
I
actually.
mean, we
it's
can
another-
barely afford to do that.
Have you looked into restoring them? And what that would cost?
That,
Yeah.
Well, with
you're
your-
not gonna add 3 panes of
Yeah,
glass.
it's
with
still a
gas.
single pane,
Mm.
and, yeah, yeah.
They're all-
Oh, they, I mean, cause I looked at this when I was through my house, and I looked at, there are companies that will do a restoration, they'll do a thermal painting. But they're not cheap, I mean, it's,
Yeah, well,
you're basically rebuilding a window. You know, it's a wooden window, you're building out of whatever parts they can salvage and then whatever they have to make new. And they're, you know, they're just wiring it out and putting in inserts, so it's, back when I looked at it, it was comparable to buying all new windows.
There are windows also, or there are window companies also that will help you obtain grants from the state for energy efficiency purposes. So you could potentially get a grant to help you fund it, and then the grant money is still part of the tax credit action, so.
well, and then then the counterpoint on that is then like. Do I have to search for these resources, like, are there places that are easy for denials to go to find those grants, like, how much legwork do I have to do for that? Could it,
I
could
don't
it
have
be
those
packaged up in like a denied prejudice
Yeah,
letter?
I would love to have those resources available for you. I do have the tax credit ones. I don't have the energy efficiency ones. I just see advertisements for them a lot, so.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to ask,
Yeah,
that, 'cause I know
we
we
know
work
about
on you,
that,
but
because
You might already check,
accounting.
build some resources, resources out.
I don't know how these windows would compare with someone like, is it Renewal by Anderson that does the fiberglass?
They do fiberglass.
Yeah, I don't,
Milgard does fiberglass.
who,
Milgard,
no, guard, okay, so
That's why I use it a
fiberglass,
lot.
fiberglass composite has proven to stand up well here.
Mhm.
And it looks like wood.
Do you know what the price is usually on that?
Well, I mean, they're
just the
They're
windows,
more effective than wood.
average is probably 1,000 to 1,200 a window.
Wait, so they're more than wood, but sturdier,
No, they're less than wood.
less than wood?
Way less than wood.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And if you went
we
with
can have a look
Renewal
into
by
it.
Anderson, they're gonna be less than that.
What is it by Anderson?
Renewal by Anderson, they're a fiberglass window, but they're very expensive.
Awesome, great place to start. Let's just go
So if
look
you
at that
go
right
like,
now.
if you go with like Milgard, there, it's the same, basically the same window, but it's less cost.
Yes, well, thank you, well, thank you all for hearing us, Bob, no disrespect, I really appreciate you hearing me.
We're sensitive to look to that. I mean, we've all been in a similar boat at one point or another, so I mean, we understand.
No, but I just wanna rock that bill right over. Alright, well,
We'd love to have
thank
your
you.
input.
Yeah, so I look forward to talking to you more. Okay.
So we are just gonna not approve the application? Do I get a motion?
That's what it sounds like,
Okay.
because if we
Right.
table it, we have to do it in,
Right.
within a month.
Yeah.
Alright, Sam.
It's fine.
Alright, so.
Disapprove, does that sound good?
Yeah, not, okay, so not approved based on materials.
Based on page 70, number 3, whatever.
Page 3.
I hate saying no.
Mhm.
I did warn her ahead of time, so.
Oh, okay, good,
Thank you.
thank you.
I mean, I could see down the road, I don't know, if
We
the
need-
file has gotten better or
We need to
not.
see examples in the mountains somewhere on a historic building that.
Yeah, well, I would.
I have
It looked like a lot of this was East Coast
But
stuff.
I'm not in the
Yeah,
historic
yeah.
district.
This looked like it was East Coast and West Coast stuff.
If I had a choice, I would put fiberglass in mine,
Yeah,
because they hold up better.
the problem is if we start letting the historic houses change, it's gonna keep dominating.
Oh, okay, where are we? Well, we're up to staff updates.
Yep. Okay. I do not have a procedure for commercial multifamily, but We do have a little bit of movement on potentially a couple hotels. Still pipe dreams right now, but just wanted you to know that that was something we might be considering sometime soon. Um. Bob solicited and got approval for Argentine lights. That was something I was asked about at the last meeting. So Bob, do you wanna speak on that for a second?
Yeah, the board of selectmen approved, local electric to come and start repairing the lights on, Argentine Street, which will be converting them all to LED bulbs and getting them all to work and then adding this side of the south, north, I don't know. This side of the roundabout, we're gonna be putting, outlets at the top so we can plug in the Christmas lights without, having a little pigtail hanging out of the bottom of it.
Actual bulbs?
Yeah, actually,
Okay, that's
they're corn, the corn cob type bulbs. So that they're easy to replace.
Yeah.
So that work is, I checked with, Josh, Soderbergh, he's waiting to get a lift delivered. So he's hoping like maybe next Wednesday to start that, and that should go maybe in a month, we might get that done.
Nice.
So,
Any chance those sodium lights go away along Argentine?
what's that?
Those sodium lights or mercury lights, whatever they are, on the opposite side?
No, it's just
Yeah, the
the
cover
top.
lights. Yeah, that's
No, it's
opposite,
just,
I guess.
it's the ones that look like a big bell,
Yeah, I know.
those are
The
all,
cover hit stay.
the ones the town own. Town doesn't own any of the other ones.
Yeah. Those are Excel lights.
We're also planning on doing a fee update, which might include DRC fees, maybe we're doing a whole fee schedule, so. Just be prepared for that, and I know that there was a question about how much the fee should be for the local historic district. And I need to do some research on that, but just so you know that that's coming. Scooter wanted me to ask if you felt that there was any chance that we could do some concrete sidewalks that were stamped and stained to look like flagstone
We're,
on Sixth and Taos on the corner, like across the street from, is it the Teal Building? No, well, the parking lot for the Hotel de Paris.
Did he have a, is it where he has,
Right there?
Did he have a little thing set up
Right
there today?
Scooter?
Yeah, there was
There's a
somebody
taco
there with some, like, there was something there with a table there set up.
There's a taco truck out there.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if that was him or not.
It's a very delicious taco truck. I highly recommend it. It's a little spicy, so be careful.
It's at the corner of my eye, it looked like Scooter's colors and theme.
Yeah.
and-
We want to,
Can
we
you do it?
definitely have to redo the curb and gutter there. It's in really, really bad shape specifically at that corner. We wanna do all of Sixth Street, but that corner is in the worst shape. And while we're doing that, one of our plans is to re-level the flagstone, but Scooter wanted to test the waters to see if we felt like concrete stamped and stained to look like flagstone is something that we could potentially explore.
can you do a mock-up?
We can do samples, yeah.
Cause you could do like
I'll-
a 10x10 mock-up of it or something like
If it's
that.
in the core downtown area where we have Flagstone now, I would think that would be a no.
That's
I
what I'm
think that would be a
Easily.
hard. If it's an area where there's no sidewalk now, we're adding sidewalk and it's not in
That's a good point.
close proximity to
Yeah.
the historic Flagstone. I think probably could have some discussion. That's one of those things that as we move to the future,
Right,
we should start looking at.
yeah,
Good point.
okay, I thought that might be what you said, but wanted to,
But you have other areas where it's not flagstone and it doesn't butt up to each other.
I mean, we have concrete down on Rose Street. There's a whole section that is concrete.
yeah. One of the reasons that we talked about it down here is because the number one concern that the town has for liability at this point in time is tripping hazards along Sixth Street. It's where the most pedestrians are. And every tripping hazard could get us in trouble, and Flagstone is a little harder to adjust once it's set. If it gets out of whack because of movement. Concrete is flat, it's less likely to have tripping hazards, and then once it does have a tripping hazard, you can grind it down as opposed to having to reset the entire block, so. It would be a little bit more pedestrian friendly, which is another reason why we were considering it for down here specifically, so. But I do understand and respect the history, so
And if it lights up, you're gonna see the difference.
I definitely think it won't look the same. Stamps are pretty impressive these days, though. Yeah.
Can do a good job with it.
Yeah. I've seen some really
But,
excellent.
yeah, I mean, if we were to go stamp, I
Not this.
would not try to replicate the flagstone. I go with something different. Make it, this is definitely different. It's not, we're not trying to,
It's not gonna look, not gonna look the
because
same.
it's not gonna look the same,
No,
no matter what you do.
the color will vary. And then every time they do it, the color's gonna be different.
Yeah, every time will be different.
You
Well,
just go
that's true for the
down,
flag stuff too, so.
I know
down
that,
there, big board.
Kevin got a quote to level the flagstone.
18,000.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, concrete won't be cheap,
No, this is true.
so,
That was just to re-level from in front of the hotel to the end of the block, so,
mhm.
18,000, wow.
yeah.
Being old is expensive.
Well, I mean, and those are big slabs, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Really big
Kevin
slabs.
doesn't have flagstone in front of the hotel in a couple spots, it's sandstone, and so they're like really, they're much more fragile and they're bigger, so.
And the big ones are gonna be more prone to break, especially if they're not that thick. We
How are
spent,
they thin ones out there?
I don't know how thick those are, but we made the conscious decision on Strauss Park. We did two things, we went with cut. Actually saw cut, because you get it closer together.
Right.
And we went 3 inch. The architect had recommended 2. We went with the 3 inch stone, and I'm impressed. I think the Strauss Park, so far, it's only been, a couple of years, a year and a half or something like that, but that seems to be, setting real well.
Mhm.
But it's got a good base under it, and it was done right, but it was not cheap. I mean, the flagstone alone was over $100,000.
Wow. Well, 3-inch flagstone.
Well, just the material.
Yeah.
And then it was about another 100,000 to install, so it doesn't come cheap,
Mhm.
but I mean, that's,
Can you grind the edges if it does raise? You can't?
no,
We
Okay.
did check on that, but
it'll, it's like flake.
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean,
and I'm almost at a point though, the sandstone in front of the hotel is so lifted. I'm like, if we can't grind it or reset it, Kevin, you're gonna have to paint it yellow.
Put a bumblebee
It's a
tape
bad
on it.
idea too, but I'm
well,
Just get the bumblebee tape, then you're not
you
painting
can tape it, this is true,
Yeah.
yeah.
we could look at doing the sidewalk.
Yeah, we are looking at that. Scooter has some concrete bids. Who did Strauss Park? Who?
Tom, out of Evergreen,
Okay, I'll bug you for his contact info later.
they're good, in their responses.
Cause Mar wants to redo in front of your shop, and so we're talking about working together on that, so that. But at this point, it's gonna be next spring, cause I think that the 2 weeks that we have at the end of October are not gonna be enough
Well,
time.
if we wanna do flag, replace some of the flags, so you could. We should be talking to Alliance and getting an order in, because it doesn't,
Takes a while.
yeah,
Good
it's
time.
months.
There's a bunch, how much do we have out by the Centennial Mill?
Probably not too much left, because I haven't been out there recently, because I know we gave a bunch down by the park.
Yeah.
For those 2 houses there, and that was done by a local contractor, and I mean, I think it's a vast improvement over what was there before.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, that whole of their,
Yes,
I mean, there are areas where there's flagstone around town that is sunk into the ground. I looked down in front of Kevin and Paul's place there. first thing I do would be tear all that up, get all those tree stumps out of there.
Yep, and then reset it.
And then go ahead and reset all that, that's something that's doable. I mean, we could do Rose Street in pieces. You can do any pieces.
Yeah.
Animal House did it like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know what that cost, but they had it done,
Yeah, I mean, it's,
maybe longer than that.
I mean, I get it. I'm trying not, don't put that on the homeowner. It's, it's like,
You'll never have one.
yeah, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money.
Mhm.
But I think it's important for the downtown area, this area in particular. That, once you start getting away from the flagstone, it's gonna look hodgepodge.
Mhm. Good
And
point.
then, you either tear it all out and do it all something with, modern sidewalks or you maintain it.
There are a million bucks that could do that.
I don't know when the last time those were set, but I'll bet it. It might have been longer than we've been around. I don't know, probably back in the 70s or 60s.
Apparently the sandstone was put in by Louis Dupuis himself, so.
Okay, well then, yeah, okay, it goes back a ways.
It may not go away.
So, I mean, it's not unreasonable to expect
Good job there.
that stuff to be maintained every 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
If we can get that kind of, then you budget for it, and
Okay,
But maybe in the meantime, grab some bubble bee tape and tape it in hot
yeah,
spots.
I'll talk to Kevin about it, it'll make him sad though.
At least it's not paint.
True, paint.
I don't know, I know Baggy did the stuff for the Jones house.
Yeah.
They've got some experience doing that and,
He said he wouldn't do the sidewalks this year, so we did ask him for a quote.
And he can do the concrete too.
Yeah, we're gonna ask Dwayne Hydrick for a real quote. He gave us a very reasonable, just friendly, so we'd have an idea for the grant we were gonna apply for last year. But I'm gonna ask him for a real one, cause he is much more reasonable than the other quotes we've gotten, and I'm sure it's gone up.
the
but-
thing we want, any concrete work, we definitely want to make sure they understand the color and the finish and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, I was really pleased with Tom worked with us. And I think the stuff down in Strauss Park is exactly what we're looking for
Mhm,
on the sidewalk, so.
that looks good, Tom. Okay, that's all I have.
I brought some stuff for the National Historic, not the National, the local historic register nomination. I just printed out what I had done last time we talked about this, I don't know if we wanna look at the application. This is what was put together.
Okay.
And bring it to the next meeting, maybe. And I did fill one out,
Oh, is it?
and this came up
Oh, the
last
same.
time.
Thanks. Has Cindy sent us?
Cindy is the one that put that together initially, I just put it into a Word document. So just, keep it with you, so maybe next meeting we'll talk more about that. Big Rock Crossing development. Anything you wanna tell us about? I guess they wanted to
We put it on
give
the
us a
agenda.
talk or something?
October 14th, Kurt Sukup will be bringing the park land takeover proposal to the town for discussion. I don't know if they'll decide on it that night necessarily, but it was originally supposed to be a work session, but they were like, hey, just put it on the agenda, so.
Cause we approved the design for a couple of those parks, didn't
As far as I remember.
We were designed for the park, not a couple of parks.
Well, it's one part, but there are multiple chunks of it.
Yeah, right.
Development park,
Yeah, the one that went kind of through from the street.
Yeah.
Linear park.
Well, good.
Yeah, there's a linear park and then there's.
He had proposed some blue stuff that we said no on.
Yeah,
Yes, well, I don't know that that was him, that was the Parks Commission that wanted to know about that.
Oh, okay.
but we did suggest that they could go ahead with artificial turf in some areas.
Mhm, the dog park, yeah. No, they have not made any movement on that recently. I actually haven't heard from Creighton in a long time, but they are. You know, talking with the town about our takeover of the park spaces,
After they build it, right?
of course.
Okay.
And after they build it, they have to fund the maintenance for it, like long term. There's a bunch of conditions that we are forcing them into if they want to give it to us, so.
But I would hope that, you know, if they're going to, if the town agrees to something. That is something that has already been agreed to by the DRC.
Well, this is just a land acquisition. I don't think there's any details about the park itself, except for as approved by the DRC, you know, we won't be negotiating any of the specifics of that, I don't think so. They also they applied for a land bank grant, which is basically where the state buys land from someone and gives it to us, the town. And so the plan is for, if we get that, then the state will buy the second half of Lakeview Flats. And they have like a certain amount of time that they'll be forced to build it out for us. And if they don't do it, then it goes back to them, but if they do build it out, the state will buy it with the units built on it and then give it to us, and we can do what we want with it, so. Affordable housing. And probably, you know, our long-term plan right now, and this could change, is to give that to the housing authority so they can manage it. Yeah, it wouldn't be all affordable housing, but much higher percentage than the 10% we required.
But that changed the design at all.
Nope,
Okay.
just think it's exciting.
And no movement on the storage streetlights, it's still waiting to hear back from someone.
Do you wanna do the minutes, Bob?
Yeah.
Did the lighting at the apartments die that were gonna be modified?
What?
The lighting at the apartments where they're gonna modify the sign lighting? That they came in like 2 years ago about and never did anything?
I don't know, it's not on the list.
Yeah, I know it's not on the. Okay, just wondering.
You walk by the day, it's like, well, they haven't done anything.
They haven't done anything in a year and a half, cause it was last December of 23 that they were here.
Yeah.
And they said they were gonna come back and never came back.
And the flats there, we've gotten pretty slow on doing anything over there.
Mhm.
Do we have any changes to the August 14th meeting minutes?
There are three sets of minutes in here. Which I did not list correctly on the agenda.
Okay, Judge, can I look at that?
Do I have a motion for the August 14th minutes?
Motion, it looks good to me, whatever we're supposed to say.
I motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
I don't have it in my packet, so I can't. Send it off. Okay.
Well, no, already second, okay.
Wasn't there?
So these are approved as submitted,
Yeah.
The August 14th, how about the August 28th minutes?
I know you're gonna find it now.
Oh, it's not in back, 3 pages. Okay.
Every.
Have a motion for the August 28th minutes?
I'll motion to approve it.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye,
Opposed?
yeah, I've got, Mr. Myhan
Mm-hmm.
covering the bare concrete, this is not on the minutes.
What's up?
Yeah, they just put some planters in front of it, so I don't know if that counts. He has one built in the center, that one I think counts, but then he's got just portable ones. I don't know if that counts as covering the,
No, that's not permanent.
so. Just,
We can
just a
go-
heads up on
We
that,
can go full time about.
just,
Yeah, I mean,
since we read
the
that,
minutes are fine, he just doesn't follow through yet.
right?
Okay.
And that's what I've noticed that he's done.
Okay,
So, everybody want to approve or the minutes are approved?
Yeah.
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 28, yes.
And September 11th,
Oh, I wasn't sure.
The minutes,
August 14th were already approved.
September 11th.
Okay, September 11th.
how about the September 11th minutes?
I move to approve the September 11th.
I wasn't here.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Unfortunately, neither of you are here.
Okay, well,
I
I'll
have
second
to
it.
start there, I think.
Okay, I will have to second.
Okay.
I will second.
All right.
I will sound the move. And they're approved.
What was that, the office?
Any other business before the board?
George and I are planning a Christmas party, so expect it.
Good. Big Christmas party.
A big Christmas party.
Big
We
Christmas
missed it last year,
Yeah,
so.
so it has twice as good as last year.
Yeah, we have tons of new commission members, not really here, but our other commissions have a lot of new members.
And all, you know, this town and board meetings and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, new board members, all kinds of new people, so. We're gonna do a good Christmas party this year. So keep it in mind, we expect everyone to show up. We didn't have one last year.
Okay, I thought I missed something.
No,
I always miss stuff.
I was alone in the office, so I could not plan a Christmas party.
Oh, God, that sure was so rough.
And I was asked to, bring in, Yana Schmalz, 704 4th Street estimate. I haven't updated it, it's like a year old.
What?
The estimate for Yana Schmalz barn,
Yes, Yana, yes.
you want me to bring it up to date? It's, and the date it was, 10/22/24.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I'll
And then
update it.
hypothetically, we can move forward on it if she doesn't mind, I gotta talk to Gary about it. But I think if she is fine with it, we can just do it. We probably have to get consent from her.
Mhm.
And let her know that like, listen, this is how it's gonna work, like you are gonna be agreeing to let us fix it, and then you will be responsible for paying us the money back, or we will take your house, so.
Or are we trying to get those,
You get the grant.
the grant issue? Would
Or
that
we
work?
could do that,
Would that
yes.
work?
We have to develop that.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be part of, I think, the budget discussions really, because that's a budget item. If we're gonna be changing the availability of the funds that are there into a grant option.
Cause maybe we can do that and then she's help her and
Yeah.
so much out of the town too.
Fits into that category.
Yeah, we have to establish what it means for someone to demonstrate need.
Yeah.
And then, and her case is kind of interesting because unlike other people, like the Crippets, their house is eligible for lots of different things, but because this is a barn, it's excluded from almost all of those things. It's a secondary structure, and so she can't get help from anybody basically. So that might be something we consider too.
That might be a special case of the, because town definitely wants to maintain those old outbuildings,
Yeah.
so that's maybe a special category.
I know I've met with Nancy Hale about grants for it. And at our conferences, we reviewed a few things and it doesn't qualify for anything. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
You second?
I say,
Second,
Well, I can't make a motion. Who wants to make a
You
motion?
don't need the motion, we can just adjourn.
Everybody in favor of,
I said, I'll never.
I'll say no.
For you to stay.
Y'all